Hey folks, welcome back to the Priory Podcast. My name is Dave Jackson. Welcome back to my little man cave here in Western PA. So today on the Priory Podcast, we have a gentleman that was in the Air Force for 10 years, Staff Sergeant. He was an ammo troop. He toured on the 2001 Magic of Music Tour and the 2013 Gift of Music Tour. That was the All Prior Tour in 2013. He was a vocalist. He was a driver. He drove for many tours as a substitute driver. Because sometimes Thompson Blue need people in a pinch. He was hired to drive the truck a lot. But you may know him as a member of the Ryan Daniel Band. That's right, folks. We have Ryan Daniel here on the podcast. He took some time out, wicked busy schedule. He took some time out to talk to me. And I'm going to just go over these accolades real quick that Ryan is at so far, which he will exceed, by the way. 2024 Indie Music Award, Best Country Artist. 2024 Radio Music Award winner, Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, Songwriter of the Year. 2022 inducted into the Indie Music Channel Hall of Fame. 25-time Indie Music Award winner to include 2022 Best Country Artist, Best Country Song, Walking Out on Me. Best Country Recording, also Walking Out on Me. 2021 Best Country Recording, Home, the song Home. Best Country Song, Gonna Take a Few. Best Country Songwriter, Y'all Ain't Ready for This. 13-time Radio Music Award winner, certified gold single with CAMO. Great song, by the way. Spotify, over 500,000 streams. Certified gold Spotify. Certified platinum Spotify with over 1 million streams. Certified double platinum, 2 million streams. CAMO climbed to #1 in the Hit 100 charts. 2018 winner of the Air Force Veteran in Blue Award. Ryan Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy my chat with Ryan Daniel. On you. Recording Ryan Daniel, folks. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, brother. How you doing?
I am doing good. I'm honored to be here with you.
Oh,
Just
we're honored
just
to have
busy and late. We can tell the people I'm late as
you.
usual.
It's
So
okay. Life happens. Are you like on a hiatus in the middle of your tour now? Or are you just home on break? Are you in between shows? Or what are you doing now?
uh, basically home on a break. My schedule usually runs um like a Thursday through Sunday,
Okay.
and so um that's kind of the norm.
Yeah.
Unless when we start going like really far west or really far east, then we'll stay out for 10, 12, 14, 18 days at a time, and
Okay.
then come back for say 5 days, and then we're back at it.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool that you get to come home like that.
Yeah, I mean, I make my own schedule, so
That's
you
cool.
know yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you're the man that's going to decide the schedule, right?
Yeah, so I get to make my own well, I say that, I mean, clients call, people call to book us for shows.
Right.
So what I just try to do is just try to plot that the best way that I can,
Right.
and not go to our elbow, to our foot, and yeah, it doesn't always work that way though. Sometimes you're playing one and you got to drive 2 days to the next one. But it's I'm a road dog. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you drove Bullet, right, on tour, right?
I did. I was lucky enough to drive Bullet. And, of course, and be a vocalist. I miss driving Bullet. What a great experience that was. Me and Monty were the drivers on Bullet, and just very cool to be that. And it was new my year. '01. That was a brand new rig. The bus was new. The rig was new. Everything was new that year.
Yep.
So it had like no miles on it when we got it.
Right. It was a fresh vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we start talking about everything Thompson Blue and Thompson Blue adjacent, let me just, I'm going to pitch this real quick because I have to say this as a hobbyist bass player here. So I've listened to a lot of your stuff, and to be fair, I wasn't raised on country music. However, having said that, I hear a lot. I've listened to all your stuff now. I think I've listened to your entire catalog. If you're not, even if you were not into country music, didn't enjoy country music, weren't raised on country music, dude, I hear a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm a guy that enjoys a good lead, a good chorus, a good verse. I hear a lot of, style wise, Molly Hatchet. I hear a little Charlie Daniels in there. I mean, I hear all kinds of influences of, a guy that grew up on the 70s rock. Again, Charlie Daniels, Skinner, Molly Hatchet, stuff like that.
Sure.
Third Special. I hear that stuff in some of your music. Was that, I don't know if that was part of your game plan of the artists that you hired, the folks, Barry doing the producing and stuff, but there's some amazing, the production quality of your work is just outstanding, dude. It
Oh,
is so good.
that's I appreciate it. No, and you're on the mark. I mean, you know, gosh, I could sit on here for an hour and talk about Barry Best.
Yeah,
That guy,
we all
uh,
could.
that guy is family. I love him. I would not be where I'm at right now today without that guy. Hands
Yeah,
down. Period.
yeah,
End of discussion. That dude um, really honed my skills as far as when you get into studio work. Obviously, vocally, all those things. But taught me a lot about the business as well. But what you're hearing is 100% influences of the first two albums were cut with Barry,
mhm,
and so you're going to hear that Molly Hatchet, the Leonard Skinner, the little licks, the
yeah.
little nuances. I find as an artist that I've been doing this quite a long time now, but you try to find your niche and you try to find your mark. And for me, um, I'm influenced by pretty much every genre. My playlist is so eclectic. People get in my truck and they'll hear Charlie Daniels, Leonard Skinner, AC/DC,
Mhm.
Garth Brooks,
Yeah,
Kenny Rogers. They'll hear Tupac. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's just so
right.
eclectic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I enjoy all those sounds, and so we try to incorporate those. But um, what we ended up finding out was, you know, a lot of times the instrumentation will fall where your vocals fall,
yep,
and vice versa. A lot of times the song will tell you what it needs. Do
right.
we need more bass?
Yep.
Do we need a whole nother bass track that's playing something else? Do we need another guitar track playing something else? Do we need, all those things? And so for me, uh, Nashville categorizes me now
Mhm.
as a country rock guy,
Yeah.
and I'm
Which
fine
makes
with that.
complete sense to me. I don't know if it
Yeah,
does.
I'm
It
fine with
makes
that. Yeah,
complete sense to me.
100%. So like when you listen to things like America,
Mhm.
Too
By
Country
the
for
way,
You,
that's a brilliant song, dude.
Like America is probably um, and even my third album, which was produced by Chet Roberts of Three Doors Down,
Mhm.
um, even he says it. Like, there's probably not a song that I have out right now to include my two new singles I just dropped.
Mhm.
Like America is a very tough song to beat. That is probably the most well produced, best written. I mean, it just has all the ingredients of
Oh, it absolutely does.
of a what we call a banger.
Yeah.
And that song is timeless. It's probably one of my top three favorites I've ever recorded, and I've recorded now, I don't know, 28 or 30 songs,
Yeah.
that are out on media. Um, so yeah, I mean, you're right on the mark. What you're hearing, Dave, is exactly what we did. We pulled from what we like, and it just warped into, oh, what do you think of this keyboard sound, or
Right.
like this would be cool. And when we're writing, you get inspired by certain songs or certain licks,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
and
All it takes is some noodling, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And
Yep.
sometimes it was quick,
Mhm.
whether you were writing or recording, and
Right.
sometimes it took a day or two. And the musicians on all my albums, on all my songs, are just absolute. They're the ones that make me sound good. The producers, Barry, the engineers,
Mhm.
the guys that master my albums. Um, I pay good money. I do, compared to what artists think you can come to Nashville. And yeah, sure, you can go cut a whole album in Nashville for probably $2,500,
Mhm.
a whole album.
Yeah.
But that's the quality you're going to get,
Right.
right?
It's a 2,500
Um,
quality
I,
album.
I,
Yeah.
I you know, I won't obviously publicly say what I've spent on recordings, but it is a much, much larger number than that, and well worth it though, because you're going to pay for what you get.
Mhm.
And if I want to compete with the big boys and still be independent like I am and not sign with a record label and keep turning those deals down that we get offered, then
Mhm.
I have to record with the best guys, the
Right.
girls and guys. I've got um, again just the absolute best players on the albums that I've recorded, and I've been blessed with that.
Well, let me just say, I am shocked, and I will not be shocked if Camo that has such an anthem song quality to it. And I'm waiting for that. 'Cause it has a country rock anthem feel to it, man. It's
Oh,
so
sure.
good. It is.
That song is how me and Chet from Three Doors got together. Um, I was looking to record a couple singles and then record my third album. And, you know, uh, I've been absolutely blessed to work with Air Force Entertainment since I got out of Tops and Blue.
Mhm.
Mr. Edwards and the whole team have absolutely supported my career.
Mhm.
They're another group of people that I cannot thank enough.
Mhm.
I continue to play bases because of them, continue to meet people. And I got to open up for Three Doors in 2018. And
Oh,
you wouldn't think it would be you'd think it'd be a weird show, but actually I'm country rock. So it
right.
fits so good.
Yeah.
And we were playing a bass, we were playing with AFE. And that's how I met the guys and Brad and Chet, and then found out Chet was a producer. And then a buddy of mine and his friend wrote Camo.
Mhm.
And I tweaked it a little bit, obviously, to fit. We changed some lines here and there. But he wrote Cam. He said, "Ryan, I've been looking for an artist, and you're the guy." And that led me to Chet. I talked to him and was like, "Hey, what do you think of recording this song with me, and really let's knock this one out. Let's really make this a country rock, a vibe, a country
Yeah.
rock anthem, And it put me on the next level. It's about to hit 1 million streams on Spotify,
That's
and that's organic. I
incredible.
mean, I don't have the money to put backing behind these things, So
Yeah.
I'm blessed that I'm gonna have a song that's got 1 million streams on it. That's crazy.
Right. And before we get into my little topics over here on my side, so I by my math, you're doing like an album every 3 years. Is that accident, or is that like something you
Eh,
plan?
It kind of just, I think it's worked that way.
Okay, so
So
it
yeah,
just
no,
happened to happen that way.
it just kind of fell that way. We dropped two singles. I'm about to drop my third,
Mhm.
called "Just My Style," and great tune that we wrote with me and Chet and a couple buddies, and we're probably going to drop it. It might drop by the end of May, probably 1st of June. We're gonna let the release date out over in the next week or so.
Okay.
I'll drop it, and then we'll finish writing and recording throughout the year when I have breaks, and then drop my fourth album in 26. So yeah, it kind of falls into
Yeah.
place. Yeah,
Well, I see the trend there.
yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little blue. Um, Before you got selected for the 2001 tour, had you seen any TIB shows before that?
Oh yeah, I seen it. My dad was Air Force,
Oh, okay.
so I saw a TIB show in the Azores.
All right. What
I
year?
went to I went to high school at Lodges Field. I saw Tops and Blue it was either 94 or 95.
Okay.
And great show.
How
And
old were you? How old were you when that happened?
16, 17, you
Okay.
know. I was a drummer then, though.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was a drummer from the age of 7. Yeah, my grandfather, also Air Force. My
Okay.
grandfather played in the Air Force band,
Oh. All kinds of
1948.
lineage here. Wow.
Yeah, 1948 through 57 ish. Then my grandpa got out and was a drummer and
Mhm.
played drums his whole life till he passed. And so I wanted to be a drummer.
Yeah.
And
Who
then
doesn't want to be a drummer?
yeah, right. I mean, rock star stuff. And so I yeah, I seen Thompson Blue then and loved it. And but of course by the time I got selected, I had already got my feet wet into singing,
Uh-huh.
and kind of that's how that worked. But a lot of people don't know the story about my audition tape.
Well, I want to hear it.
So it was kind of funny, and even Mr. Edwards laughs at it now today. You know how Chief is.
Mhm.
So I sent an audition tape in let's see, it's been some years obviously. So I guess I got selected for '01, but I sent a tape in the year prior for the 2000 year.
Okay.
And in that tape, I played drums and part of it, and then I sang on part of it.
Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
and funny part about that was, so then the next year, of course, I sent another tape in. And I'd won like the base talent show at the time, and I was stationed in Guam at the time because now I'm in the Air Force, obviously.
All right.
I was stationed in Guam, and I won like the base talent show, and all this kind of cool stuff, and sent my tape in, and of course, and I don't hope I'm not jumping ahead of you, but
You're fine.
I get selected to go to Worldwide,
Uh-huh.
and sorry about that, and then get selected to go to Worldwide, and then I get there, and during Worldwide, when you're in with like Chief and some priors, and it's like where they ask you like an interview. It's like your interview part.
Yep.
And I remember Chief asked me, he said, he was reading off like I guess my essay and all the stuff we write. And he said, you want to be Thompson Blue so bad. You've been in the Air Force for I think at the time like 4 or 5 years. He said, how come you're just now sending a tape in? And I was like, well, actually, Mr. Edwards, I sent a tape in last year. Well, he starts flicking through his book, looking over it. Like I think he was looking over at one of the priors, going,
Yeah.
why do
Why
I
do
not
I
know
not
this?
know
What's
this?
going on? Yeah, why do I
Yeah.
not know this? So funny
Wow.
story. Yeah.
What was the song? What were the two songs you did for your first tape and your second one?
Oh wow. I played drums to um gosh, let me get it. Let me get it. Give me 3 steps. Give me three
Oh yeah.
steps, Mister. Yeah,
Give me three
yeah.
steps.
Give me 3 steps. I
Yeah.
played drums to that, and I sang the dance of Garth Brooks tune.
Bob Brooks dance. Yeah. Okay.
That's the next year I just sang and I did in my tape I did Ain't Going Down till the Sun Comes Up,
Okay.
and then I did a Blake Shelton tune. um I'm gonna draw a blank for that one. I know it was a Blake Shelton tune and I can't remember which one it was. And that's what I did on the tape I got selected on.
Nice. So when you got selected to go to Worldwide, I'm always fascinated by folks, their experiences at Worldwide, specifically, the opening ceremonies and when you first walked in the room and all that and the interview process. What did you make of your Worldwide?
I mean, first of all, it's pretty I mean, it's awesome, right? But it was very it was overwhelming. It was like, oh my gosh, like you're, in my opinion, and I'm sure every year, right? You're in a room of some of the best musicians, best vocalists
Mm,
in the world,
yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. So, you might have been a big fish where you're coming from. But when you get to worldwide,
Yeah.
everybody's big fish, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And then at worldwide, that not everybody's standing that there's going to get selected even, because I think my year worldwide there was between vocalists and musicians and dancers and everybody else, it was, I don't know, 75 people, probably something like that, and 36 of us got selected for the tour. So you're going to get cut there. It was pretty. It was pretty. It was awesome. It was scary. It was when we got to the dance portion. I am not a dancer. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not
Oh,
going to get
yeah.
selected. There's no way they're going to select me.
Right.
I'm a redneck from Arkansas. This is not a good thing right now.
Right.
So, but it was a lot of emotion. It was all those things, but it was absolutely an amazing time.
Right. Right. So you said you did all the interviews with Tom, with Chief, and all the priors. Did you find that when you got out of Worldwide, did you think you were? Now I don't remember in 2001. Did they tell you after you got back to the base, or did they tell you at Worldwide if you got selected for the tour?
Now you go back to your base and
Okay.
if you get a call, you made it. If you don't, you didn't.
How were you leaning when you left Worldwide? What were you thinking?
Honestly, I was probably 50-50. I mean, obviously I can't dance. I mean, I have rhythm obviously, but I'm not a J Rome, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a dancer. I'm not a
Right.
Regina
Right.
Coonrod,
Yeah.
so I was a little worried about that. My interview went well. I thought. I mean, I'm a pretty good speaker naturally.
Mhm.
Um, vocally, I think it went pretty good. So I was probably 50-50, but there was really some absolutely great vocalists there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember I remember in the vocal audition, I don't remember if it was Barry that said it or whoever. They were like, okay, I want you to try to sing this one, but how about don't sing it with twang. Like take the
Sure.
country out of it and I want you to try to sing it straight. Like
Right.
so I was 50-50.
Yeah. Wow. So, how'd your base let you know that you were selected?
My bass got me. Guam was a great bass,
Mhm.
and I had sang the national anthem at a few different functions for the bass. Um, and my squadron commander called me up and said, "Hey, there's a um, we have a squadron wide, what are they called? Gosh, been out too long.
Commander's call?
Yeah, commander's call, yeah, and all of maintenance, everyone's going to be there. The base commander's showing up to talk about the maintenance squadron, blah blah. So can you put your blues on and do the national anthem? The base commander's gonna be there, PA's gonna be there, do the dog and pony thing. No problem, sir, I got it. So I show up in my blues.
Mhm.
I am me and the squadron commander and the base commander were the only ones in our blues, which I thought that was kind of odd because everyone else in BDUs. I was like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
I get up there, I sing the national anthem, I get done, and the base commander walks. I get ready to walk down, and the base commander's like, "Whoa, hold on." He said, "Come here," and I thought, "Oh my gosh!" And he came over and he had grabbed the mic and he said, "Hey, we just want to let you know and let everybody know, all your peers, you're leaving us in like a week." And I look and I'm like, I'm thinking, I didn't know what it was. I was like, I
So
had no
you had
clue,
no
right?
inkling. You had no inkling.
I thought he was going to
Really?
tell me I got orders somewhere. The my shop chief knew, my supervisor knew, right? But that was about it because he told them prior to that. Because
Right.
I left a week later, and he was like, "Hey, you got selected for Tops and Blue. Congratulations. We're so proud of you. Go represent Guam well." So
Wow.
that's how I got told. Yeah, and then
Wow.
I left a week later.
So how long between Worldwide and the time you left for staging?
Again, been a little bit. I think if I'm guesstimating here, Dave, 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think something of that nature, probably more on the side of 6 weeks. Um, before I found out. And then, like I said, then I literally left, I think like a week later. Like, they were like, hey, you got to start packing. Like, your orders are cut. You're leaving.
Believe it, yeah. Wow. Wow. So when you got to staging, um, how'd you get through staging? I always like to ask people this. People have different ways they got through staging. How did you get through staging?
Ed Jones.
And you're not the first person to say that, my friend.
Oh, so first of all, staging, '01, we had kind of a long staging compared to previous years. Ours is a little bit longer, just because the show that Chief wanted to put on.
Mhm.
And I, funny, I laugh at it now. Obviously, I try to stay in really good shape now. I work out, and I'm probably I'm as good a shape now as I was back in staging. I just, you kind of learn that, and then you keep up with it. But when I got to staging, like I weigh like 160 pounds now, right? And I stay nice and fit. I got a gym here at my house, all those things. When I got to staging, I weighed like 190 pounds.
Oh, little chunky monkey.
Oh, I look like Garth Brooks. And day one, like, I was on the Fat Boy program. Like, Ed was like, "You got to drop 25 pounds,
Yeah. In the
and
next
we're
six
gonna do it."
weeks.
And they put me on a strict. I was on a really cool. I was on a strict diet, but it was I was on a diet, and then we work out every single morning, and but no, I wasn't allowed to. If I would have got caught with ice cream or something in my hand, I'd have got in trouble. Like, no, yeah,
Twinkies.
and I weighed every week.
Oh, okay. Was it like a mandatory weigh-in? Oh, we had mandatory weigh-ins. I remember that. That was
I
a nice
mean, yeah, I mean, mandatory, sure, yeah. I mean, some people take that wrong, right? Because
Oh,
we got the haters out there, but yeah, I mean, I got on the scale once a week, and but I'm thankful for it. By the time when we left for tour, I weighed 155 pounds.
shut
When we
up.
left on that tour, I weighed 155, and I was 8% body fat. I was
What?
ripped. Oh, I was ripped. I took it seriously. I mean, and Ed Jones beat us to death. And I love that man and still talk to him today.
Yeah. No, that's the best. That's
Yeah,
the
so that's how I got through staging. Just put your head down and grind, and you're getting paid, to do something you love.
yeah.
And I had zero complaints. I would go to staging again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously I did. You know what I mean? We kind of had a mock staging for
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I loved it.
So your tour, the 2001 tour here, I got my little book here. I was looking at your tour roster. You want to talk about some heavy hitters on that team? Holy crap! So the magic of music. Give me the what was the theme of that show? Based on
Um,
the title, obviously, but what was the overall theme of that show?
I mean, we had actual magic in the show.
Well, right?
We had
Well,
they had a magician brought in
mhm.
uh, for some of the cast. Like Walter did some cool stuff. Jay Bowman did some cool stuff. Monty did some cool stuff. Um, and the guy they brought in was like an understudy of like David Copperfield. This guy was a genius, and we all got to see some cool stuff. So the idea of that was just, um, I really think the theme was really what it said. The magic of music, like the what you can create in that moment with music is something magical.
Mhm.
And you said it when you get some heavy hitters in there that we had. And again, all of us are going to say our year was the best, but I'm one of those guys that I've watched multiple shows, and all of them had absolute great entertainment. but yeah, we had big hitters in there, and it was easy to just bring that to life,
Right.
and the lighting and the cool magic that was going on, and the costume changes, just really created that moment, that 2 hour show for the audience.
Mhm.
And I think the theme of our show was exactly what it said: the magic of music. Just what can music do for that 2 hours? And it's magical. And if you really pour your heart into it, it's magical.
Yeah. No, that pretty much nails it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What um so 2001, you guys were 9/11 overseas, right?
We were in Spain when it happened.
Were you Zaragoza or Torrejon or where?
I think we were in, I want to say Spangdahlem.
Well, so you were in Germany.
Or no, no. No, what are the bases in Spain? We were at,
There was
we,
Torrejon, Zaragoza, and the Navy base, Rota.
Rhoda. We were in Rhoda.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, we went from Spangdahlem, and then we were all over the map. Gosh. Uh, but we were in Rhoda when it happened. Woke up, got the news, watched TV like everybody else, and then we were put in a holding pattern for, I want to say a month.
Wow.
We stayed there.
That
Yeah,
was
we
that
we just
long.
they wouldn't let us leave. Yeah, the uh Air Force headquarters. I'm guessing, right? I mean, I wasn't the tour guide, and I wasn't Mr. Edwards, but obviously Thompson Blue is a popular entity, and
High
things were happening
visibility.
during 9/11, and so I think DC, Air Force wide was like, hey, you're an entity that just stay in place. We'll let you know what we're gonna do. And
Right.
I think we were there for about 3 or 4 weeks before we were
Did you guys
allowed to
rehearse?
move on.
Did you guys
Oh
rehearse?
yeah, oh yeah.
So you guys didn't like sit on your laurels all month, did
No,
you?
we didn't sit around. We rehearsed. Oh yeah, we rehearsed.
Well, did they change? Did Chief change the format of the show any because of 9/11? Did you guys add or subtract any songs?
You know what? I think we did actually. I think we added something in the patriotic set. We added a song, and I don't remember what it was, but we also added dialogue, some more dialogue,
More dialogue. Yep.
and it referenced, 9/11.
Right. Right. That makes sense. What was your favorite set in the 2001? What part of the show could you not wait to get to?
I mean, the country set. I mean,
That's too obvious, man.
I'm a simple redneck, Dave. That
Yep. Yep.
you know what? I loved it. I loved it all. I mean, obviously, I'm a country boy, so I'm a country artist. So that was the set I always looked forward to. But um, the I love the patriotic set too, though. Like I really loved that part of the show towards the end, and you're all in your mess dress, and we're singing all the patriotic stuff, and doing the TIB shuffle kind of thing,
Yep.
but the crowd really just, you're kind of ending it with a bang, and I loved all the sets really. I mean, but yeah, I look forward to the country set for sure.
It was interesting because and I think I said this at the beginning, I had never played a country anything until I got to staging. I never played a jazz anything until I got to staging. My first country tune I learned was Rocky Top at staging.
Ah,
Yeah, I never played it. And the country set got to be such fun. It was so
yeah,
high. But to your point, I could not wait for the patriotic set because the patriotic set always felt like a rock opera to me. Just
oh
huge
yeah,
power chords and big moods. It was just so, I got goosebumps talking about it right now. It was
yeah, 100%
so
with you, Dave. 100%. The if you talk about vocally really bringing the house down at the end, you're right. I mean, like, I don't know if that's even a 10-part harmony. Like, I mean, there's so many things going on vocally, instrumentally.
yeah,
It's so powerful. Um, you know, there's nothing like that.
Yeah. Did you, when you got done with tour, did you hit the wall after tour, or did you just go right into something else after you got off tour? You were still in the Air
Um,
Force, obviously.
I mean, I went back to my base and I actually had orders because I'd already been at Guam, my time, because they included basically the Tops and Blue tour, as my time.
Yeah.
And so I left and went to North Carolina. Maybe I was in Guam like 2 months and then I already had my orders and then went back to North Carolina. But no, I didn't. I didn't. I've heard of people talk about that, like the wall, but I, I didn't experience anything negative. I
Right.
went back to my base, loved it. But I mean, for me, maybe I didn't because when I got to North Carolina, I was in the base maybe a month, and Mr. Edwards called. Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I need you out here." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we ain't got no drivers." And so I'm like, "Well, how does that work?" Like, I mean, sure, I'll come help you, obviously, but I just got here. He's like, "That's all right. Your orders are waiting for you. You're good." So like,
Wow.
Mr. Edwards, he knew everybody could pull strings.
Yeah.
So I went back out for the O2 tour and drove for uh I
Well,
guess it was like 4 or 5 weeks maybe.
I didn't see it on your thing. Did you have? I didn't see that you were part of the O2 tour.
Well, because I was only out there like 4 or 5 weeks until they got a driver, and then I trained the
Okay.
driver.
So you were
Then
temp to get finished tour. You were just like a temporary until they got somebody in.
yeah, and I did
Okay.
that for O2.
That's cool though.
I did it for O3 and for O4.
So you temp drive for 3 extra years past your tour.
Yeah, O2 and O3, I went right out at the beginning of the tour, drove until they got a driver. O4, it was mid tour, and the driver something happened to us in his family. It was like a personal. It was his mom or dad had passed or something like that,
Right.
and he obviously had to go. And it was uh, how do you say this? He went. Obviously, he had to go, but it was Mr. Edwards and the team was in a pinch, and I think Ed Jones had called me, and this was like at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday or something. And I'm like, hey, hey, Ed. And he's like, hey, we need you out here and we need you now. Like, I just got home from work, right? Like, from working all day. And I'm like, what? And he's like, our driver, we just had to send him home. Like, I think his mom, dad, or somebody died. Like, it was his mom or dad. And he said, we got to be in Colorado Springs for the
Oh yeah, yeah,
academy,
yeah. The academy, yeah,
the
yeah.
academy show in like 2 days or something. It was so timing is so. I'm like, I just got done working. I flew out from that phone call. I flew out 2 hours later. Got there. From there, Miss Lowe picked me up. Went to the theater. The truck, bullets sitting there. Doors open in the back. Ed's there. Everyone's there. Mr. Edwards there. They're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." All right, and I'm like, "Okay." This now by this time it's 9, 10 o'clock at night,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, "All right." So we walk around to the back of the bullet. Trailer's empty. Yeah, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, we should have left for Colorado about 4 hours ago."
What?
And see, their driver had all the pictures of the load, how
Oh
to load
no.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
and they couldn't get a hold of them. Well, I was a driver and a load master my year and
Run.
everything, so I was like, okay, what do you want to do? And Mr. Edwards and they all looked at Barry's there. They looked at me and said, look, and they pulled the whole team out. And they said, "You're in charge. Whatever you want, make it happen."
Wow. No
So I
pressure.
said,
No
I
pressure.
just, I just gathered everybody up and I said, "Listen, guys, I'm gonna get in that truck." And I said, "You already know what stuff is." And I kind of knew what their setup was. And I said, "When I holler for it, you bring it and you bring it with a purpose." I said, "We got to load this truck in 2 hours." So I did it just blindly and I was like, I just started hollering stuff out, and the team was amazing. They slammed it. I would think we loaded it right at 2 hours.
You didn't have to do a reload. You didn't have to pull stuff.
No,
You
I was pretty
eyeballed it
good
all and
at
got it right.
I was pretty good at Tetris. Got it loaded.
Yeah.
Got it loaded. Went to back to billeting. Slept for about 7 hours. Got back to the truck with the team and the bus and everybody, and then made that drive.
Wow.
And we made it like in the team started setting up. I mean, it was day of show. It was.
Did you run spot too? Did you do anything
No, when we got to Colorado, I went right back to bed.
else?
I
They didn't
was
say, hey,
I
we
was
put you on
whooped.
spotlight.
I parked that truck, backed it in, and I slept in the truck. I said I don't even want to go to the building. I just want to go into bed. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
And I slept and for I drove for about 3 weeks. And honestly, that tour, the driver that I sent that had to go home, he was also a vocalist. Like I
Oh.
wasn't a one.
Mhm.
And Mr. Edwards asked me if I wanted to stay and learn the show and take his spot.
Mhm.
And at the time, my little girl was fixing to be born, and I had missed my first two little girls, and it pained me to tell him no.
Yeah.
But Mr. Edwards understood, and he respected it, and he said, "I said, Chief, I'm honored you would ask me, but I really want to be there for my daughter being born this time."
Yeah.
And
You made the right
I,
call.
I had to turn it down. But yeah, I loved it. And then of course from there, uh, got chosen to go the All Prior tour,
Mhm.
which was 2014, 13,
13.
yeah, 13 All Prior tour.
So tell me about that phone call you got for that. To get on that.
Uh, I was shocked. So I'm already an artist, obviously by then.
Yeah.
Um,
You're well into your
I'm
civilian life. You're well into your recording life.
Yeah, I had already had my first album out and was fixing to record my second album, and I think, and or something, and I was kind of getting in. I was touring, and Ed Jones called me. He said, "Hey, some things are going on. We're trying to keep the program going, and we're gonna do an all priors tour. We're gonna call it the All Star Tour, and we got to have you. We got to have you out here singing." And I was immediately was like, I'm honored. Like, yes, like what? How do we? At first I was like, well, um, Ed, I'm not in the Air Force, and he said, no, 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 we want to bring you as an artist,
Yeah.
as and it was they called me. Angie Johnson was on that tour. Uh,
I had Scott Sutherland on a couple shows ago.
yeah, Scott was on the tour. It was a banger, man. All the heavies were on that.
Yeah.
I was honored to be on that. We did a mock staging. We learned the show in I want to say 18 days.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah, we learned choreography and everything. We learned the whole show 18 days. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So but we had, I mean, Collins was on that tour. I mean, these were some of the best male and female vocalists, some of the best band members,
Yep.
you know, that toured. Um and we just went in there and just we just banged it out and killed it, and I had a blast. I we had a little banquet at the end, and I can't say enough about everybody between Barry and Chief and Ed Jones and Miss Terry and Miss the whole core group of Tops and Blue, uh, just so supportive of my career even to this day. And I even asked Chief at the banquet after the All Star tour. I said, Chief, you could have called any country guy, because obviously he called me for the country stuff, right?
Right.
You could have called any country guy, and Mr. Edwards was not one to give compliments. You know that he's just not. That's just not what he does, and I'm good with that.
Goes without saying. Yep.
Yeah, and I love that man. And he literally looked at me and he said, Ryan, he said, out of all the years I've been doing this, he said, when it comes to country, he said, you're the best male vocalist I've ever heard. And I was like you. I was like, I wanted him to say it again, but I was like, okay, I heard you, Chief. Like, What a
My phone.
compliment.
Say it to my phone.
Yeah, right. What a compliment to get from him. And
Yeah, that's
because
high
that means
praise.
a lot to me. I mean, that guy's seen a lot, and you know, to be to be in Thompson Blue history, to be, you know, maybe one of the best male country vocalists that he's ever had. That's huge for me.
That's high
And that was
praise.
a big boost for my ego in a good way. It really made me drive harder when I got off that tour in my career to go, okay, I'm just gonna, and here I am today, you know.
Here
So
you are. Yeah, yeah. Did you have to do a lot of adjustment since you were already in the business then when you got called for the 2013 tour? Did you have to make a lot of adjustment of your that life to go on tour? Did you have to cancel stuff? Did you have to put stuff aside for a while?
I only had to move a couple of shows,
How long were you
and
guys overseas for? I know I probably asked Scott. I just forgot. How long were you guys over there for?
oh gosh, I don't even remember. I think we went over a little bit before Thanksgiving, and then got back, I think after New Year's, something of that nature. So I only had to move a few shows. But you know, I run my tour to this day, um, pretty close to what we learned in Thompson Blue. I mean,
Ah, which
it's
brings my next question.
yeah.
Great segue there, sir. What did you take when you got off the tour, when you got out of the Air Force, and you started to get into the music biz? What did you take from your TIB experiences and adapt it to what you're doing now?
Uh, I mean, a
Everything?
bunch. I mean, just about everything. Um, if you can tour in Thompson Blue, then logistically and technically you can tour as an artist,
Correct.
because what I do is way easy,
Yeah.
right? But just learning, you know, gosh, I mean, Dave, everything, like how to perform, how to really reach an audience, how to really hone in on your skills. Um,
Right.
you know, even little things like, I mean, I, I have the best in ears made in the United States. You know, I'm endorsed by Fur Audio, right? Man, we were playing with wedges. You couldn't hear yourself singing. I can hear everything, right?
Yeah.
So I'm spoiled
Yeah.
compared to what Thompson Blue had.
Yeah.
So, but like the work ethic, the drive, the no one's going to hand
Discipline.
it to you on a silver platter. You're going to go out there and get it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I know I can speak for guys like Walter Campbell. I know I can speak for, um, you know, Collins. Um, um, Regina went off to be in the big Air Force band. You know,
Well,
there's
like
a few of
Kyle.
us
Yep.
that really uh, took hold of what we learned and made it a positive in our life after,
Right. Yep.
if that makes sense.
Oh,
And
makes total
there's
sense.
so many vocalists could be doing what I'm doing, if they wanted to. Maybe they didn't, but I'm blessed that I do. And I pretty much took everything. I mean, my drummer is Lucky Bush. I mean,
Oh, I've known Lucky since 1991, so I know you got a good man there. So
he's my drummer and my tour manager.
yeah, that's
So
that's awesome.
he runs a tight ship.
Yep.
You know, I don't got to do much anymore. Uh, I show up, I stick my ears in. The band's already done.
Mhm.
We go through a couple of little 30-second clips of a song.
Yep.
I'm
Sound check.
good.
Yep. Yep.
Lucky is a absolute monster. Uh, it made sense. Obviously, he's a great drummer, great vocalist.
Mhm.
Was a logistics guy. Makes a great tour manager.
Perfect. Perfect fit.
Yeah, and my driver is prior Army. Um, uh, my bass player is prior Navy. So, half my crew and my core band, my crew, everybody, half of us are prior military guys.
Oh, veterans.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's a very well-oiled machine. It's everyone knows their job. When we show up and we open, my little trailer, right, for our gear,
Yeah.
it's so well-oiled. It's
Boom, boom, boom,
uh
boom, boom.
yeah, I can't take any credit. I really can't because when we show up, I'm already kind of dressed as Ryan Daniel. So I get off the bus, I meet whoever we're meeting. I got to go do an interview.
Right.
I'll do like a meet and greet. So the band and crew are humping.
Yeah.
That's very different from Thompson Blue. You know what I mean? So I am very spoiled that uh, my band understands that I am doing other things. I'm not just not helping.
Right.
But they know that I've got a job to do, and then they got a job to do. So when I show up on stage, everything is set. Even my microphone, my everything is there for me,
Yeah.
and that is a testament to my band and crew, and Lucky and all them. And again, it's even down to the chords, right? Remember Tops of Blue, right?
Yeah.
Tape everything down. Your stage needs to look very nice.
Yep. Yep.
So now, granted, we are all wireless, so there's not a lot of cords on my stage anymore, right? Everything's pretty much, but any cords we do have, they are taped down.
Yeah.
They are hidden. We don't have an ugly stage. We don't. That's not what we do.
Yep.
So
Well,
very
well,
Tops and Blue.
yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, I remember when I got off a tour, um, everything I did, I know I hated the taste of duct tape after I got off a tour. Um, that was a phobia I had for a while. But yeah,
Right.
everything, chords, my room, my setup, everything I did was regimented, had to be at a certain place at a certain time, all that kind of thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, so I've got a bit before we close this up, old friend. I got a quick lightning round for you if you got time.
Yes, sir.
All right, lightning round. Here we go. I got six. Artists that influenced you the most.
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Favorite. I know I kind of asked this before. Favorite song that you performed on either one of your tours, either one of your TIB tours.
Oh, oh my gosh. Uh, Probably ain't going down till the sun comes up.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact. In 1994, I'm sorry, 1995, I was at Kobar Towers in Saudi Arabia. Roy Mills, who was our drummer on 93, was over at the same time. We started a country band. I played bass and sang that song.
There you go.
Dude, that was such fun.
Yeah.
Ah, great tune. Proudest moment in the military.
In the military.
Yep.
Um, Gosh, I had a bunch, Dave. You're killing me. Um, uh, I'm bad at that one. I'm probably in the military. Probably I was stationed at the same base as my dad at the end of my 10 years.
Oh,
My
that's cool.
stepdad's my dad.
Right.
We were both stationed at Pope,
Wow.
so
That's
it's pretty cool to
cool.
be stationed at the same base as my dad. Yeah.
Wow. Uh, this is going to be kind of a weird one. Your least, and this goes whether your civilian life or TIB, your least favorite aspect of touring.
Least favorite aspect of touring,
Yep.
with TIB or now.
Or now. Or if you want to do either or, that's fine too.
Um, Bus breakdowns
You're going to say that. You're going to say that.
for both.
I predicted that. I predicted that. All
For
right.
both.
Uh, song that you performed. We'll do both on tour and in your civilian world. Song that you performed that always gave you goosebumps.
On tour and off tour. On tour, man. Honestly, on tour, like the whole patriotic set was just one of those.
Well, let Freedom Ring did it for me. That was
Yeah,
my
I mean,
that song.
we did that song. We did it too. Yeah. I mean, but probably during the whole patriotic set was like just a rise for me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know if I could pick one song, but I could definitely pick the set. Like that whole set was like something really cool.
I would
Just
completely.
because vocally, it's just so many moving parts, so cool, so powerful.
Yep.
In my tour now, um, definitely the song that gives me the most chills is probably either "Healing Water" or "Home."
Oh, dude, you nailed it right there, kiddo. Wow.
Yeah.
I concur, by the way. Song that gave you the most anxiety.
Uh, Both. So on tour, off tour.
Yeah.
Most anxiety on tour. Um, Probably Alan Jackson's 3 Minute Love Song.
Oh.
There's a story behind that. Quickly, I'll tell it. It's
Okay.
because the gentleman that sang it um, got sick and had to go, like, got very sick and had to go home, but got sick during the show. And Monty, my best friend, looks at Chief because they're fixing to cut the song, and he goes, "Hey, we ain't got to cut that song." He said, "Ryan knows that song."
I think I can do it.
And like, and this is all within like a minute of this song starting. And I'm like, whoa, what do you
What?
mean? They slapped the guitar on me, put the headset on, and Chief said, "Get out there." Yeah, yeah, that song.
In true Thompson Blue fashion.
Hey, I went out there and played it and sang it, and how I got through it, I have no idea. But that song gave me anxiety every time.
I
And then on
wow.
tour, like I am now,
Uh,
I get the most anxiety in a good way though. About 15 seconds, 30 seconds, because my walk on, the theme walk on that we have during my show,
yep, yep,
is 30 seconds long. When that starts playing, man, I'm nervous as a cat
yeah.
full in a room full of rocket chairs. I still to this day, I am nervous, wreck, my anxiety's through the roof. And then we slam that first note and it's on. So yeah.
Yeah, once that downbeat hits, you're like, okay, I got it now.
Oh, it's that when, and once I walk out, because I walk out like about 8 seconds before they hit that big chord, that because our walk on flows into our first song.
Okay.
And that's when the anxiety stops. But the first 30 seconds of that walk on, when I'm backstage, the
Yeah,
band's walking out there already. And I'm
right,
backstage just going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
right.
Like, but yeah.
Well, butterflies are just your body getting ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that is. All right. So before I let you go, I want to give you a chance. Just promote yourself, man. Tell us what's going on, what to look for. The the laptop is yours, sir. Have at it. What you got?
Uh, well, first of all, Dave, thank you for letting me be on here. I think what you're
Thank you.
doing is cool as hell. I love Tops and Blue. I will back Tops and Blue publicly uh, until I don't breathe no more. So thank you for what you're doing.
My pleasure.
Um, for me, I'm dropping my new single soon, so that's coming out. It's called Just My Style. Be watching.
Okay.
People can find me on every social media platform: TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Um, uh, my music is on all the download streaming sites. So Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. Go check out my channel. Go listen to my music. Go download it. Go stream it. Go to my website for my tour dates, which is ryandanielmusic.com. My sponsors this year, I can't thank them enough. Independence County Off-Road, Polaris Off-Road, for audio, Rowdy Coolers, Mud for the Military, just everybody on my bus, you know what I mean? And my trailer, Country Life Apparel, just all my sponsors, my band, my crew, uh, everybody's ever played with me. So just keep watching for our tour dates. We're going to be all over. We are playing some Air Force bases this year. Uh,
Are you getting to Western PA at all?
uh, I don't know if we're going that far yet,
Yeah.
but be watching. And I
I'm
tell everybody,
watching.
the best place to keep up to date is my website. We're adding shows to the site every other day. You know what I mean? So just go to the tour page, check it out. And the best way to support artists like me that are independent is to go to our shows, download our music, stream our music, tell your friends about it. Word of mouth is huge. And I appreciate all my fans, all my veteran fans, all my military fans that have supported me. Keep doing it. I can't wait to see them all on the road this year.
Well, you're doing great work out there, sir, and it's such a pleasure to watch your progress through all this. And again, your music is extraordinary. I have Alexa devices all through my house, and I like the last week and a half, I've just been listening to you.
Thank you.
My wife goes, "That's some really good stuff." I'm like, "Dude, I know this cat's
Yeah.
got it, man."
And it still gets me every time when if I hear myself on the radio, I still get smiles when I hear people talk about, oh, I told Alexa to play you and it plays you like that. I'm honored. What a blessing
Yeah,
to continue to um, live this life that I live
yeah.
and be able to play music for a living. And I'm going to do it until they kick me off stage. So
Well, good for you, man. You're doing great. And please give the rest, tell Lucky I said hi. Tell the rest
I
of the folks
will.
that I said hi. And we're going to look forward to all you're doing. And thanks again for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
No,
Ryan, you're
thank
the
you,
best.
Dave. Appreciate it, brother. You're a blue brother. Always will be. Thank you so much for what you do. And
All right.
we'll catch you on the flip side, man.
All right. Take care. Ryan Dan, everybody. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man.
See you, buddy.
Bye bye.